probably know, Magic the Gathering was a card game that started in the 90s and has continued onwards even into 2024. I didn't get involved in the Magic scene until about 2013, maybe 14 at the latest, when I had a friend introduce me to the game. I bought a starter deck, I played a few rounds with him, and I got hooked instantly. I stopped playing about 2017-ish when I just started realizing I did not want to be crushed every single time with decks that cost about $600, even up to $1,000 at the time. And I just lost interest in the game. When I first started back in the 2014 time, I was working at a public school district, so I didn't have a whole lot of money. So all of my decks were really budget friendly, running very odd card combos. I just didn't want to break the bank. I didn't have the money to drop on a competitive deck that could keep up with others. But I made do, and I think half the fun of Magic the Gathering, to me at least, was finding cards on a budget, obviously, and that work together, and you can make some very unique just decks. And some of those decks even caught some people off out of nowhere. They're busy reading deck lists and not realizing all the cards that could be used in play. If I recall, I think I was playing a lot of standard at the time, maybe mixed in with some modern. Modern came later on when I realized there's a lot more cards out there for a lot less money. You can imagine pennies, even just a nickel or two, could get you some pretty awesome cards, and that's what I liked. I've been thinking about making a video like this for a while. I got into Disney Lorcana, and the cardboard crack addiction is starting to rear its ugly head again, and I kind of want to get back into Magic a little bit, see what's going on, find some more weird decks I could play and build. And I have a whole collection of cards and decks that I made. I have pre-made decks in my closet, and I kind of want to go through them again just to see what I was playing back then, and I wanted to document it. So right here was my deck that I used for most Friday Night Magic events at my local card shops. Pretty crappy Ultra Pro plastic, but you know, again, I was on a budget. So the colors that I used to love to run were black, obviously. And this one was black blue. I had a few black red, I think black green. I liked the black color. I liked the idea of creating creatures, stacking them, trying to get something else out, using my life as its own resource pool. I found that interesting. Other colors were cool, but black just always spoke to me. I thought it was very fun and what you could do with them. And I liked just spamming rats. I have a few rats in this deck, I believe. I haven't opened this in, man, almost 7 years. So, I don't know, let's take a peek at them, see what we got here. See if I'm still up to date on my Magic the Gathering. Dismal Backwater. It's just a land, but tapping for blue or black, not too bad. You have to pay a life, but again, I didn't mind using my life as a resource pool, so good still land. Basic D-spell, just counter a target instant spell. If I recall, the card shops I visited in my town, lots of people were playing sorceries and enchantments, and you have to play the meta that you're faced with. So I tried to counter them with some instants. There's, I think, quite a few in here. I just wanted something to get spells off the board that I was not too happy with, or that were trying to be resolved. Mardu Strike Leader. Let's see. Kind of heavy cost looking at this. 2 uncolored, 1 black mana. Whenever Mardu Strike Leader attacks, put a 2/1 black warrior creature token onto the battlefield. I'm guessing I played this mainly to get that creature token going. I wanted to see if I could overwhelm my opponent. It would be slow, and it's also a heavy cost to get that going, but it's something. We also have the dash ability down here. You may cast a spell for its dash cost. If you do, it gains haste and is returned from the battlefield to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. I could see that if I was in a pinch or I saw a strike, I could make really quick an opening where my opponent had nothing, you know, get him out there, swing for 3 and get the token. Not too bad. I'm gonna put him up here though, because I think I don't remember this whole deck's theme I was going for, so maybe he'll come to play later. There's the rats I'm talking about, typhoid rats. 1/1 for 1. I love it. I love just having small creatures come out and wreaking some havoc, especially with that death touch down there. Any amount of damage that this deals to a creature is enough to destroy it. Love that idea. Yeah, go ahead and swing at me with your 3/3/3/4 creatures. I'll trade all day with this. Swamp, we all know that. A Crux of Fate, sorcery card. Heavy cost of 3 uncolored, 2 black. Choose one, destroy all dragon creatures or destroy all non-dragon creatures. The card shop I was playing at, or card shops rather, if I recall, not a lot of dragons. Lots of red decks and some beefy green decks. So that bottom one, destroy all non-dragon creatures. Good board wipe. And I'm playing as, you know, black, summoning these little rats right here. Who cares if I'm wiping? I could bring him back out, no problem. So that was a good, if I'm getting overwhelmed, card to clear the board out. Another swamp. Another Mardu, I hope I'm saying that right. Mardu Strike Leader. An island card. No idea why I have a white border in there. Just maybe thought it was cool. Add a little pizzazz to the deck. Swamp. Blood-Soaked Champion. All right. I haven't seen him in a while. Let's see what he does. 1 black. That's pretty cheap to get a 2/1. Not too bad. He ain't blocking for me, though. But 2/1 for 1, I'll take that. I don't mind. Early game is going to go quick for me. So, yeah. 1 for 2/1, I'll take it. With the raid ability of 1 uncolored, 1 black, return Blood-Soaked Champion from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate this ability only if you attack with a creature this turn. Well, this may not be the combination I had in mind, but just looking off maybe my past thinking. I'm gonna guess I had him out early. If I had him in my opening draw, in the discard, this would be a few turns in. I don't have to dash him. Maybe he's already out. I mean, he's attacking. Activate that raid of 1/1 or 1 in color, 1 black, and return to the graveyard from your graveyard to the battlefield. And I can only activate it if I attack the creature this turn, which I might be doing. But hey, who cares? I get another 2/1 out there really quick next to this guy. I'm guessing still. I'm gonna keep him up there because I think there is more to that. Hey, another Blood-Soaked Champion. Just talked about that. Dismal Backwater. Gotta have that blue-black. You never know what you're gonna need. Swamp. Foul Tongue Shriek. Instant. Target opponent loses 1 life for each attacking creature you control. You gain that much life. That might be what I'm trying to cook up here with my Strike Leader with those tokens. Again, not so much the green, but the red deck players, again, throwing out small creatures quick. I can see the Foul Tongue Shriek coming into play here. And, I mean, you overwhelm me with some goblins. I guess you got like 4 or 5. Okay, fine, I'll take that. Because you're going to lose 5 life for each one of those little goblins you control. And I'll gain that much life, so I'm back in the game. And again, my philosophy with black is my life is a resource pool. I'll add more resource pool to that. That's fine. I'm going to say that's what this was. Maybe there's some more tokens in here, more token generators. Well, we'll take a peek. We'll keep going. Grixis Panorama. A nice, fancy-looking land. Let's see. I could tap to add uncolored to my mana pool, so it's not going to be swamp or blue, but hey, I do need those uncolors, as you can see. One with a tap, sacrifice the panorama, search your library for a basic land, and put it into play. So if I'm getting, I guess my mindset back then was maybe mana locked into either black or blue. Maybe I had this, I was lucky enough to have it. It maybe did its job for a few turns. You know, sack it, who cares? I can get the color I need and I can start cooking again. Dismal Backwater. Another Bloodsoaked Champion. A Fancy Swamp. No idea why I had it, but why not? Also, one thing I'm starting to notice too is, I was on a budget, but I'm also running quite a few rares. I don't have many mythics in here. Rares and I think uncommons, but again, I was not breaking the bank. I'm totally guessing on this. Maybe the whole cost of this deck, maybe 10, 20 bucks at the time. It wasn't much. It was better than any starter deck you could buy from Walmart. It is job. It won me a few games, but yeah, very budget friendly, even despite being rares and having some, I think, mythics in here. Consulate Skygate. Defender with Reach. Good. I like that Reach, actually, looking at this. 2 for a 4 defender. That saved me a few turns. I like that. And, you know, you're not getting by me that easily with your flying creatures, so I can maybe see the appeal. I don't think I'm running multiple copies, though. I'll have to take a peek. I don't remember running many of these. So we'll keep going. Crux of Fate again. All right, yeah, just a good way to get creatures off the board if I'm getting overwhelmed. Doorkeeper. Another defender, okay. Same cost, except, you know, 2 uncolored and we have a 1 uncolored and 1 blue. But still a defender with 04. With 2 uncolored blue, tap. Target player puts the top X cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard, where X is the number of creatures with defender you control. So maybe there are more of these in here, because maybe I'm trying to get some synergy going here. And I'm also trying, not really caring about what I'm putting in my graveyard, such as those rats for 1 black for 1/1. Maybe I'm trying to get those back into play. We'll see. I'm gonna set him aside just to set these 2 aside. Island. Cancel. Counter target spell. Just trying to protect myself there. Yeah, okay. I remember him. I should have a few copies, I think. Archfiend of Depravity. 5 for a 5/4 flying. I'm not a fan of the 4 defense there, but hey, flying and his ability, if I recall, let's see. At the beginning of each opponent's end step, that player chooses up to 2 creatures he or she controls, then sacrifices the rest. I'm guessing I'm probably still trying to control those red decks I was playing against. But even if it's a late game, if this deck somehow goes a distance and we're in a late game, yeah, you're making some choices here on what to keep on the field. You're not really overwhelming me, so I'm kind of controlling you. This could still be wiped pretty easily. I have no doubt about it, but this at least gives me a chance to maybe control the board, get my rats and tokens out there to try to overwhelm you, but you're not putting more than 2 at your end step. Kind of like him still, and he's still just a rare there. He got him from an intro pack. I'm not sure where I pulled him from, but he's part of it now. Got a swamp. Typhoid rat. Love these rats. D-spell. Bloodsoaked Champion. Swamp. Foul Tongue Shriek. We all know what my goal is there. Island. Mardu Strike Leader. Hey, here's a new one. Victim of Night. We got a 2 black here. It's an instant. Destroy target non-vampire, non-werewolf, non-zombie creature. No one was playing those at my card shop, so I'll pay 2 and get something off the board real quick. D-spell. Cancel. Yeah, I liked weird things. I mean, this deck probably speaks for itself, but this is in Korean, and that is an Archfiend of Depravity. Same exact thing. At the opponent's end phase, you're choosing 2 creatures, sacrifice the rest. Ultimate Price. I remember playing this quite a bit. It's just a 2, but I mean, destroy a target monocolored creature. Yeah, I'll take that. My Rats. 3rd copy of Archfiend of Depravity. This one is in Japanese. Again, I like some pizzazz, I guess, in my deck. I still do. Victim of Night. I'm gonna come back to that one last. That one I think is my favorite card I think Magic's ever put out. Mardu Strike Leader. A holographic Ultimate Price. Cancel. Foul Tongue Shriek. A Doorkeeper Defender. So I'm gonna put them up here because I just want to see how many defenders I actually had. Submerged Boneyard. Does enter tap, but hey, I can get either blue or black out of it. That was always my goal, to have something when I needed it. Dispel. Dispel. Yeah, Dispel. That's probably how you say it. Counter target instant spell. Yeah, you know what I'm doing here. My Rats. Foul Tongue Shriek. Alright, I do have a 2nd Consulate Skygate. Where is this from? Kaladesh? I think that's about right. It's an artifact. But I do have another defender. Ooh, I do have a Mythic in here. We're going to come back to him as well. All my deck, if I'm recalling now, I think my deck's always had 2 themes going with it. I think I know what one of those is with those 2 I set aside, but we'll talk about that in a second. Cancel target spell. Let's pick these up really quick. I'm sure these are me. Rapid Fire. Dismal Backwater. Victim of Night. Swamp. Swamp. And an island with a white border again. Don't know why. So, interesting that I had 4 defenders here. Looking back at it, maybe I should have ran some more, only because of my Doorkeeper here. Yeah, I think that's maybe a decent price to pay to get some little 1/1s out again. But if I have a lot and it's the end game, I guess? Not really sure. I think if I redo the deck, maybe add some more defenders. Again, the whole point of this video was to, I don't know, go through my deck, document it, and man, I kind of have the itch to build around this again. So I'm getting that itch, and I need to scratch it soon. But 4 defenders kind of shocks me. And as everybody knows, you want consistency in your decks. I wish I had 4 copies of each, just so I had it always on hand. I know I had 4 Rats, and I think 3 Archfiends of Depravity, but I only had 1 of each of these, and maybe because they were, well, this one's Mythic. I don't remember how, it's a rare, I'm not sure how much I paid. That one may be a booster. I think I paid for this one, though. But, let's break these down really quick. Good synergy here. Actually, no, not really. Yes, actually, yeah, okay, it's coming back to me. There we go. Yeah, synergy here. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this one correctly. Trixidecaphobia. That's probably horribly wrong, but let's look at it really quick. We have a 3 uncolored, 1 black enchantment. And at the beginning of your upkeep, choose 1. Each player with exactly 13 life loses the game. You also lost the game. Then each player gains 1 life. Or each player with exactly 13 life loses the game. Then each player loses 1 life. And if I recall from rulings, yeah, I could choose either one of these. And yeah, that may not go. If you're sitting at like 14, yeah, you're not going to lose the game, obviously. But, you know, of my upkeep, each player gains 1 life. I'm probably choosing 1 life. I'm trying to maybe give you something else to worry about by throwing this enchantment down. Just something to think about, maybe get it off the board, because I'm trying to tick your life down to get to that magic 13. I'm running Swamp. I don't care about my life. It's just another life resource pool for me to pull from and use. So you know what? If you're going down, I'll go down with you. It doesn't bother me. And then you can see how this tree of perdition, I hope I'm saying that, perdition, comes into play here with that 3 uncolored, 1 black defender. So hey, you know, I do have 5 defenders, I guess, total. You know, wish I had another. Man, maybe money was that tight back then. I don't know. I really wish I had another copy of that. Just to give you something else to think about, because yeah, defender 013, that's speaks for itself there. But that tap ability, exchange target opponent's life total with tree of perdition's toughness. And if I get that out in time, and I have this enchantment down already, man, throw that down, tap. I mean, say you're sitting at 20, I'll take your 20, I'll here's your 13. If you have no way to get that life up or down, boom, there you go. That's a silly way to win a game, but I'll take it. I think that was my other thing here was just trying to another win condition, I guess. I'm not really sure. Man, I think I have a story about this one. I'm just not sure. I think I had a whole deck based around this card. I think I was running more than one. I don't remember. But I do remember playing it one time, and I had an opponent in a pickle, and she actually has never saw this card and had no way to even counter it. I think I remember next round she did add some more instants to get it off the field just to clear it out before it was a problem. But the look on her face when she realized, oh, 13 life, this is actually a real thing. It's a real mechanic, and it led to, you know, a fun interaction between us. And that's why I liked doing what I did by building budget, because you find cards like this and just make some funky stuff. It's not gonna get you any championships or even like a Friday Night Magic Friday Night Magic Championship or win for the night, but still fun. So yeah, that is a deck I played quite a bit of back when I was heavily into Magic, and like I said, I have a lot more decks to go through. So expect more breakdowns, me just rambling on about Magic cards that cost me pennies to play and wrecked some havoc on some people's Friday nights. Thank you for watching.